man, father is such a good man.
He understands.
He's sitting on 10, stoic.
Don't let it break you.
Fuck
that's what they trying to do.
About.
That's
God
that's what they trying to make
man,
you do.
I'm talking about,
nigga, that's finna make your story that much better.
Man, that warmed my heart to see that little. I said, man, he can't be.
He not tripping.
But guess what they told me? That's a black father in his life right there doing that.
He's strong.
If it wasn't a black father,
he would have folded. He'd have been crying.
He'd have been breaking shit. Man, he'd have been because the black man.
And he was on Twitch. He was showing himself the whole time. Crazy story too. I swear to God. Oh, we own this because you just made me think about something.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rich the Kid, mind you, Rich used to be with me heavy back in the day and shit though. And my DJ was DJ Darrell. And then it's like I went to jail, and I ain't gonna lie, Rich the Kid came in and swooped him up under me. Like I went to jail, Rich stole him from me. Pluto had the same manager at the time and shit though, so it ended up coming about like shit. That shit led to one thing to another. I seen Pluto. He was on UStream. He was on UStream one day. That's
UStream,
like
Pluto used to UStream?
Hell yeah.
And if you ain't talking no dough, then I ain't interested. Look, they say the sky's the limit, I'm going farther than that. She keep blowing on my phone, so I called her mama, come get your daughter back. They just want a little bit of fame, get them boys whack. What, baby? Little one eye, bust your brain, better get a hard hat. They say the sky's the limit, I'm going farther. They can try to, but can't kill me. I'm immortal. I just bought a nigga life, ass and did a side, come with that order. You lazy, the reason you broke, you don't know how to hustle. Don't try me, they know I'm stressed, son. Look, red rum, red dot. Hit the block when 12 come. Look, know I'm thugging to the fullest, asking for a bullet, cause he never felt one. Stick him to the wall, this a nail gun. Riding with my dogs, trying to nail something. Yeah. I said on you and he got your partner too.
Welcome to Us Up There podcast. I am your active and attractive host. You know the vibes, man. Today I got I've been wanting to speak to a young hustler. I think his notoriety need to be risen. He need 5 stars if you ask me. You dig what I'm saying? I got Doe Boy. What's going on, bro?
What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm cool and brother, having a good time down through here. You just got back from LA. We were talking about that marathon,
I got back from LA and came pulled up on you, man.
Yes, Lord. I appreciate you for sure, bro. I appreciate you stopping by and with my game for sure.
I appreciate you having me.
For sure. You know it's love. I with you. I was telling you, I listen to your shit. And I've seen the growth. I've seen the transition. I see the different style, the versatility, the what's that word?
Versatility.
The versatility, right? I see that, right? And they gonna laugh because I rarely stumble on words. That's very funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see the versatility. So I celebrate you, bro. Even if you don't know that. Like I'm one of them that behind the scenes, I just celebrate nigga. I'm like, bro, I fuck with dude. Whenever I can get a chance to get around to him. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. How did marathon burger taste?
Bro, I ain't gonna bap. Like, and I wasn't even just saying that just to say it just because it's the marathon. No, that shit really is the best burger that I done had. I don't want to say in my life because I can't, but that I can remember.
Right.
Especially like it's considered like a fast food type of thing.
Yeah.
For it to taste that good because they use that Wagyu beef.
Bro.
That shit is perfect. And them wings, bro, they got like this barbecue sauce, but they barbecue sauce is like spicy and shit. And they put the lemon pepper sprinkles on that shit. That shit was good as
bro, I gotta get out there, bro. I'm gonna be out there for BET. I gotta fuck with they.
Oh yeah, no, you gonna fuck with that.
Yeah, I got to, bro. You went 2 days in a row. Salute to Sam, Black Sam. Now.
For sure.
I think it's a difference. Yeah, RP Nip marathon continues for sure. It's a difference with them burgers, man. When you know, we come from nothing. So when we think of a hamburger, we tend to think of McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's different levels, man.
Yeah. This
here is a totally different level. Even Jelly Roll got a spot in Nashville I just went to, and he got one of them kind of
country singer Jelly.
Yeah. You know, he from there. I'm gonna give me a bar down there too. You know, they think niggas can't have nothing down there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I be next down there with something.
For sure, flat out.
Yes, Lord. You know what I'm saying? They can't put, you know. So, but Jelly Roll got a mean burger too. But I'm gonna go get that marathon burger, man. Salute to Black Sam and salute to Nip, man. We got a lot of love and respect for you. Did you ever get a chance to work with Nip?
No, I ain't even got a chance to meet him actually.
Right. He was just one of them guys though, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever listen to them interviews, or what did you take from something that Nip may have gave the coach?
Man, see, I'm a fan of Nip because of how he talk, how he speak. That's even like similar to what I tell people all the time about like people, if you look at me and pay attention to like what I post, you might really think that I'm just love Tupac.
Yeah.
I love Tupac, not even necessarily because of his music. I do know his music, like I know certain songs, but I just wasn't like the super Tupac fan because, you know, I didn't really grow up. I mean, I grew up listening to Tupac, but it's just hearing it. I grew up listening to 50 Cent and niggas like that. So you get what I'm saying? So, but I know the songs.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan of how that nigga talk, and you see how smart he is and shit. And then on top of what he stand for, like he really stand for principles. Like he don't bend or break for nobody. Exactly. Like he not folding for nothing.
Right.
Like so same thing with Nip. Right. Like I didn't really like get to tap into his music like that, but I love when he speak type shit. He got some game.
He was full of game.
For sure.
He was full of game. And sometimes, man, I tell niggas, right, it's in the books. Even for me, like I read every day. Like every day. Because especially for us, right? People in entertainment, me in particular, I speak for a living. So it's very important. That's why stumbling on that word was funny to me because it's very important that I'm clear, concise, and
it's crazy you say that because I've been reading a lot lately too.
Yeah, what you reading right now?
I've been with that 50th law.
Yes, Lord. That's
I read like the 48 laws of power when I was in jail and shit like that. Then I just got this shit called Mastery. I just got that too. I'm about to get into that.
Yeah, and so I tell people like I'm gonna start doing it on my Patreon with my, cause right when we do what we do, you have fans, you have customers, you have viewers, you have like there's a lot of different shit, and you got to figure out a way to serve all of them. I'm gonna do a book club kind of thing where I take sections of them books, and we might go do one chapter and just chop it up about it.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about as a whole, like a Zoom.
It's real shit.
Yeah.
Like that shit. And when you read them type of books.
Oh my God.
Like the Robert Greene.
Oh my.
I with his books. I just ordered like 5 of them.
Ryan Holiday, one of them ones too.
I gotta tap into him.
Listen, this a book I'm reading right now because I'm getting so much goddamn money that I can get full of myself. Mm-hmm. Like, and everybody kissing my ass and shit, right? You know how it go when they think you this and that, right? And for me, not as an arrogant man, I'm saying that the position come with a level of fake shit.
Right.
That I gotta learn to deal with. So I'm reading a book called Ego is the Enemy. Mm-hmm. And my from Ryan Holiday, man, it is helping me so much, bro. Cause I used to be offended. Right. Coming from where I come from, it's like, man, how they quit asking me why the fuck y'all niggas asking me?
No, that shit'll really teach it'll show you like, cause one of the biggest things about being in this shit, like you said though, I'm not used to dealing with all this fake shit and all this shit. This shit'll teach you how to deal with people without even, it'll be like, you have to understand people. When you understand exactly how a person is, you won't even care.
Exactly.
Like,
and also, and
I
also,
see it coming. I already know. I already understand.
Exactly. And also, the ego is the enemy. Get what it tell me though? It say, this is just the life of kings, and then it'll give you example after example after example of people lying and stealing from kings. Mm-hmm. And so, what happens is, you have to change your perspective. You
That's
can't.
all it is.
Yeah, you can't be offended.
It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck who you is.
Exactly.
Everybody go through it.
Exactly.
Everybody go through it. So you just have to. Your mind got to be there.
Yes. You just got to say, listen, I can't cry that it's gonna rain today. I pack an umbrella. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I gotta prepare for the rain. Verse, man, goddamn, it's raining out here. I'm wet. That don't do nothing to the situation. So basically it was saying, yo, this is the life of kings. You don't just get the big car, the nice house, the chains, the jewelry, the women, and the good lifestyle. You get the liars and the fake people and the snakes and the betrayal. All of that go with this lifestyle. And
it's worth it.
Mine is worth it. It's worth it.
Because you're going to have to deal with that regardless.
Exactly.
Whether you broke or rich.
Yeah.
Broke in the hood right now, still dealing with the same fake ass shit.
Exactly.
Snake ass.
Exactly.
It's down there worse.
Exactly. Because you can't really escape from it. Mm-hmm. Betray, you still got to see him next week. Mm-hmm. They betray me, they got to go home.
I ain't never got to see you ever again unless I choose to.
Exactly.
For sure.
So at least I can separate myself, put some room between me and the people I identify as suckers. That don't mean weapons won't be formed.
Right.
Right? Like the words say. Yeah, it won't prosper, but it may be formed.
Facts.
Right? So they may send a sucker, he'll never prevail.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's just how this go, man.
Because got to be all the way on his P's and Q's. Ready for it, however it comes, every way.
At all times.
Ain't nothing ain't gonna see coming. I'm always over prepared, so I'm never underprepared.
Right.
So if it do happen, I'm prepared. If
Yeah.
it don't happen, good.
Yes,
whatever.
Lord.
That's
Yes,
how I take
Lord.
everything in life.
Right. What you been working on right now, man? I've been seeing you pop out, man, doing a lot of music. And again, I'm feeling it. I also want to get into some of your partnerships, some of the things you've done. No, before we even do that, coming from Cleveland,
Yeah.
how many artists? I know it's you and Bow Wow, but who else has came from
Me and who?
Cleveland? Is he from?
That nigga just said you and Bow Wow is crazy.
I thought he's from there. He ain't from there.
Hell no.
Oh, my bad.
He from
Damn,
Columbus.
Damn.
I ain't gonna do him
Nah,
like that. He from
but
Columbus.
that
was the first time I heard somebody tell me that Bow Wow was from Cleveland.
That's my bad.
But look, you know what's so crazy? I even just said this recently too, like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I used to be on bullshit with him.
Yeah.
Like I used to ain't like how he handled himself and what he
Yeah.
did, cause I just feel like you was never supposed to switch on Ohio. It's like you ran to Atlanta and then you feel me? So I didn't like it. And then now he's starting to be
Embrace
back on Ohio again. So it's like I'm not really tripping though, like at the end of the day, because what I can say, I respect your legacy. I can't say that I can't hate on you.
Yeah.
Like I might not agree with things that you have done or even how you is or certain shit, like, but ain't no telling. I like to look at everything from everybody's perspective. I'll be like, well, ain't no telling. Even though I would have never did this,
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to make him do that, or what, like, why did you do that? What I don't know.
Yeah.
Even though I would have never did it,
Right.
I understand everybody, not me. So
Right, yeah.
So
That's important to understand. But also,
yeah.
we also can't try to strain our vision to see these suckers' point of view either, though.
yeah, but that's why I just don't give a.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, whatever.
Right.
I just go on about my business.
But now, if we do want to give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess he was a kid and then he just, like, heavily influenced or something. I don't know. But like you say, even as a kid, you want to be like, yo, I'm the only one, or I'm the one carrying the light for this area now. It's more me down through there, even if I ain't cool with them, even if I don't like half them,
Right.
for my legacy's sake. I started right there, y'all.
That's why I do what I do for my city, and that's why I love my city the way I do. Even though a lot of there hate me, but
Right.
the love always outshine the hate. Like, it's a lot of that really love me to death.
Right.
But I understand. But because at the end of the day, I look at it like this, man. Shit, out of everybody, there's so many people who want to rap and be successful, and I'm like the only one that did it. Like, as a street from Cleveland, like, to really sign a record deal, really get rich, really actually
Really
touch millions of dollars,
Really do.
move out the city, been gone for
Him and
almost 10 years, like really living like that, really got Billboard shits, got songs with the biggest artists, got billion streams, this type shit, like really on this type of level.
Yeah.
From a street perspective, it's been done before. Machine Gun Kelly did it, but he not a street
respectfully
nigga.
to him,
Yeah,
let me
no,
say
for
it.
sure.
Let me say it, because you from now. Respectfully to him, he don't count for us.
Facts. And he will say that. He tells me, he'll come on and say, well, that's not my,
salute to him.
that's my brother.
Yeah, salute to
Yeah, that's
him
my
for
brother.
that.
So that's why
Just understand.
that's why he don't get
man.
offended when I pop my
man,
shit. He
salute.
already know I ain't even
Salute
talking
to
about you.
him.
Yeah, for
Salute
sure. That's
to
my
him.
dog. He
Yeah.
a solid.
For sure, man. Because
Telling you.
I think
He don't get offended.
Man, that's love. Because it's so important that he understands that, bro, this ain't
This ain't got
disrespectful
nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, man. It's
facts.
me lighting the
You
way
know that.
about this here, man. I gotta
Yeah,
light the way.
because at the end of the day, if we're gonna be technical, can't nobody fuck him.
Yeah, he won the war.
That nigga, man.
selling out.
If you look at, go to one of his shows and really see how this shit, this ain't him.
what you think about him, well, he wasn't on the 5 Rushmore though, was it? It was Eminem.
Yeah, no. He was. See, it's so crazy you said that, because the Rushmore, he did say something about that one. I just like we had to buck on my city the other day, because the radio station had put out a Mount Rushmore and they didn't have me on it. So I just like we had to go up on my city. Like, at the end of the day, the radio been trying to shut me out and hold me out for like this whole time. Like even me and you, we was just talking about it, the Apple commercial and shit like that.
Yeah.
I had a real radio. I had $100,000 behind that song on the radio. So it's no reason why y'all shouldn't be pushing it to the max. Y'all supposed to be doing that off the love. So it's no excuses. You can't say, oh, because you ain't got a hit or because you ain't had this. Man. No, whatever. No, I'm not trying to hear that. What about when I'm coming through with this budget, with this money on, and I'm paying these people, everybody else doing it? It's the #1 most added song this week. Why the is it not here?
Damn.
Like, you get what I'm saying?
Have they ever explained that?
No, hell no. See,
you know that's hate though.
See, this be the thing though, because there's people at the radio station that with me.
Yeah,
it's that I love dearly. And it's some like certain DJs, they always play my shit on the mix shows because I got personal relationships with them. But as like the main rotation and shit, I don't know what it is. But it's really, to be honest, it's some shit from like back in the day. Oh. Like the way it used to carry itself, like and shit like that. They didn't used to like how I show up to the events and shit that be they like way try to throw some smudges on me and shit like that.
The line.
But I was a kid though. Like I was a young wild. I'm moving around with 50-100 goddamn coming in drunk. We wild though. Like I ain't gonna bap. So I can understand why y'all. But I ain't been moving like that in so long. Is you still gonna hold that against me? Like
listen, when Apple, this is what I hate. Right. This is when you can. Okay, let me say this. This is when you can possibly identify this hate. Is when Apple Music come in and take one of my records and go towards like a national campaign with it.
I was bigger than Taylor Swift on TV, gang. I had more. I was the biggest shit in the world at that when that shit was going on. How could you see somebody from your city doing something like this? Like this is Apple. This is not realistic. The biggest artists in the world can't even get this shit, gang.
This is no longer business, right? Because business says do it at this point, right? Because if usually your city will start with you, even if they hate you, when they see the big company with you. Exactly. Damn, man, Apple put me on the campaign and y'all still ain't doing this shit? And what else can I call that? We'll let y'all define it. What else can a nigga call that?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? When Apple steps in and identifies this as being campaign worthy, they green light this. If nothing else, you green light the same thing they green lit, and you say it's because Apple green lit it.
Right.
That at least give you a scapegoat if you hate a nigga to the core. But you have to support the artists when they come from the area. What does that feel like to you, bro? Having to deal with that shit.
I'm so much of a solid like bro. I've been dealing with that shit for like 15 years, like getting shut out and not with me for real and shit like that. I'm so used to it. I just really don't care. The only reason I even said something the other day because I just like I feel like popping my shit.
Yeah.
Cause I do need to let, and it ain't even got nothing to just do with y'all.
Yeah.
Cause the whole world need to hear this.
Exactly.
The whole world need to know I got 1 billion streams in my catalog.
Yeah.
Everybody need to know this shit. Cause I feel like a lot of people don't understand this.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put it in everybody's face, not just y'all.
Right.
Y'all just goddamn just flick the switch. It wasn't really just
It's been time.
It was for everybody though.
Lord.
Like, it wasn't
been
just
time though.
That's why I ain't put no name on it or nothing. Y'all knew who I was talking to, but I was talking to everybody. Everybody.
Like who? Okay, let's talk about this. Who can they put on a Mount Rushmore from there besides you?
You want me to be honest? It depends on which way, which kind of Mount Rushmore you want to go, because we got real Cleveland legends like that's not all the way industry yet. But if you want to go like some Cleveland Mount Rushmore, I wouldn't even be mad, even if you don't even gotta put me on that list. You could, cause it's not like Pooh Gutter, Lil Cray, Q Money. It's certain niggas in the city I'd be like, nah, that they goated though, type shit though. It ain't even necessarily with me. But if we gonna go, let's speak facts,
accomplishment
all the way around the board and take all the personal feelings and all this shit out of that, man. If I'm gonna be honest, bro, you gotta go MGK.
Facts.
You gotta go Doe Boy.
Facts.
You gotta go Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I forgot Bone. Facts, Bone. I gotta
do that. I understand. You got to do that.
Them. Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't even rock with Cudi all like that. But you have to go Kid Cudi.
He from that too?
It's crazy, but it's true. And that's just me not being biased or nothing. You have to put Kid Cudi on there.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't know he was from there at all. Like, when you say Bone, I remember that, right? It's like, oh, they kind of did rap, right, and screaming.
Right.
I did not hear Cudi from there.
Cause Cudi, that's another thing, even like some kind of like with the Bow Wow situation. But Cudi ain't as bad as that though, because one of my homies had put me down, and cause I was always thinking Cudi got on and he didn't with nobody from the city, and that he got on and was just like, I'm gone.
Right.
But truth be told, he actually did with certain people, but he had reached back to like a artist from the city that maybe we don't know type shit. So it'd be like, he put this person on this show, he did this, that, and the third. So it was something that we didn't see. And one of my homies was playing like, he did this for this person and this person. Yeah. And then he reached back. Yeah, so he have done it, just not for the people that we know.
Right.
So we can't necessarily blame him for that.
Right.
Because he don't gotta with the streets.
Right.
Or he don't got, you feel me? At the end of the day, like, to my knowledge, like he was somebody who wasn't with him, used to be treating him like a lame.
Yeah, so ain't no need for him to come back with the yeah. And there's something to be said about that. Don't owe no loyalty to
nigga. Don't owe nobody nothing.
Like royalty.
Yeah, nobody. He don't owe nobody nothing.
I ain't doing that. I don't give a fuck who say
and
what.
In reality, he don't gotta get on and help nobody.
Yeah, you don't. And that's the harsh reality of this.
Facts.
Because especially for us that know what it really take, right? It ain't like this shit is given to a by any means. Facts. Especially with you, think about it. 15 years dealing with radio, still trying to, in your home city, still maintaining, getting deals, moving shit around, making money, knowing in the back of my mind, man, them folks at the house ain't really doing what they should be doing to support this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't for us to give a what cost us all of that.
Right.
That costs a nigga a lot dealing with that mentally and physically and emotionally, going here, going there, trying to make records. You don't have to give no grown man anything, right? Sure. But when you are a blessing, you want to become a blessing. My thing is, I want to try to help kids and women. You know what I'm saying? Men, they got to get it like the Red Cross.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, because, you know, we got it. You know, not saying you don't help a nigga when he needs some help or one of your homies or something, but I'm saying all the time pulling at a nigga, asking a nigga for something, like I was saying about that book, it teaches you that instead of being offended, embrace it because it's the life of the king. You know what I mean? And I think that transition is helping me, because I'm telling you, bro, I will be snapping. Motherfucker call my phone. Sometimes I don't even answer. Then if I answer, I'm out. They can tell I don't want to really be. You know how you can tell them. Yeah. You know, they can kind of tell you he dry. They still have put it out there though. Nigga be dry as ever. They still gon'.
Let me get that. Niggas don't, because niggas be selfish. Niggas be selfish as fuck. They don't give what you going through, what you gotta handle. They don't care. They just care about what they need at the time. And then it be so crazy because you got other outlets to go get this shit. And this is another thing too. Well, I love saying no. Like I mastered the art of saying no. Like right. I'm not scared to say no. Yeah. Because one thing what I know about is you're gonna figure it out. You just ask me because that's the easiest way. And so when I say no, you gonna go get it done anyway. Yes. It might take you another day or two, but you gonna figure it out though.
I'm just the first easiest one. You
exactly.
think
it's just easy for you to do that.
That's 100% fact. That's 100% fact. So now back to your five. You got MGK, Bone, Kid Cudi, Doe Boy. Is it just 4 or 5?
I think it's just 4.
Oh, that's it.
But
okay.
if we go 5, you gotta throw Q Money.
Yeah, Q Money. He locked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, free guy. Free that guy.
For sure.
Free that guy. Yeah, man. Who did the list they came out with? Do we know any of the people, us in the industry, do we know the people that was on their list that they put out that garnered their reaction from you?
Like as far as like
the radio. Do we know them in the industry? Like, is it notable names on that list that they put before you? The 4 people that they have on there?
I mean, I fuck with Ray.
Yeah.
I fuck with Ray Jr. That's one of the ones I won't be mad at that.
Right.
Like, I'm like, okay, he a legend in the city also, so you can't you can't knock that either.
Right.
So like that either go back to like where I was saying, like if you was to go to the Mount Rushmore to where it's not more so the industry, and you go like the Pooh Guttas, the Ray Juniors, the Q Moneys, the Lil Craze. Well, Q Money down there blew up. He was in the industry too.
Right.
So I say he was right there. He was right there.
He got snatched away.
Yeah, for sure. If Q would have been out right now, Q would be big as right now.
Yeah, he'll be big.
Facts. Q would be a superstar.
He was with the dancing and shit.
Q was
with the
superstar.
whole
He is
shit.
superstar.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
But like I was saying, even like Ray Jr., I fuck with Ray Jr. He don't even care about making music no more. Like he into filming and stuff like that. So we don't even gotta do that. But he did what he did for the city. But as far as on some like on some global shit, on some like in the industry, it's the ones I named.
Were they on that list too?
The only ones that was on there was Kid Cudi and MGK.
Okay.
So it was Kid Cudi, MGK, and then it was two other people.
Okay, cool.
Ray Jr. was one of the other people.
Okay.
And then there was somebody else on there.
Okay, cool. How were you discovered out of there? How did you get, cause the path out of there had to be lonely. It had to be like rough. I don't see how you came out of there. I mean, how did you get on from Ohio?
I popped everywhere else. But it's so crazy though, cause to be honest, my first time really seeing the light of like getting some exposure outside of the city was when I started with like Southside. And you know, I've been with Southside since I was like
Southside.
15, 16 years old. Like since I was a kid. Like don't know I do graphic designs and all type of shit.
I ain't know.
Now
that.
I'm finna start showing people like
that's hard.
Hell yeah! My mama just bought my portfolio down here. I used to draw real good. I used to like I'm a dog.
You
I'm
a real designer.
Yeah, I'm really a smart
Creative,
person for real.
yeah.
I'm just a little throwed off and make you know. So but for real. But I'm back tapped into like my genius side for real. Like I'm really that's what I've been on. Like I don't care about none of that other shit no more.
Yeah, for sure.
But I really used to do graphic design and shit, and I had traded Southside some graphics for some beats. So I got some beats from Southside, and then it went from there. I made a song called Bands on Me and shit like that. And then so
before you was making the beat, before you was doing the graphic design, you were rapping too. So
yeah, I was still always rapping. Yeah, hell yeah. So I had like a little city buzz.
But here's the problem, or here's what I want to speak to is the ingredients, because when you come from a place like Ohio, you damn near got to be a Swiss Army knife. You got to slick in that time. You had to know how to do the graphic design, slick, record yourself. Yeah.
I used to have to do all that shit. I used to record myself. I used to goddamn sit in my room with a. Even before that, before I even had a real microphone, I used to plug the headphones in the computer jack. Like, you know how I got the microphone jack in the computer? I used to plug the headphones in there, and me and my cousins used to rap inside some regular headphones, some cheap-ass headphones.
Yeah, try to get
on Windows Movie Maker, like on some other shit.
That's
like,
the ingredients, though.
I've been doing that shit since a kid.
Picture want you to give him this shit.
No, facts.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I need to understand. This ain't just because I made that song y'all like. This go way back.
Niggas don't know.
Yeah,
bro. I literally had to record myself back when it was Cool Edit Pro. I finally got $100 microphone, and I got the little styrofoam shit to go around, the little mic stand and all that. I got my own little house set up for like $300.
Got it.
That shit changed my life though. Like,
and then peep this. If you were just counting on your music back then, it may not would have made the connection. But because you was a Swiss Army knife, I get a connection with the graphic design, happen to be a nigga take a we around, end up like brothers.
Exactly. That's my real twin. Like to this day right now, that's like one of my closest. That's my real friend. We don't even talk about music together. Like we be on some other shit. Like I go to his baby mama house with him and sleep on his baby mama couch while he with his kids. Man, like that type of relationship. Love, I go out to eat with him and his family. His mama is my mama. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think we gotta celebrate that too, though, right? In our culture, because don't know. All we see is us killing each other. All we see is us arguing hard on each other. We don't really celebrate the fact that, he go two black that met doing business in this culture and end up being like brothers. That's worth being celebrated in this culture, man. It's so many.
You will meet some real like that in the game, and you gonna come across a lot of fake So that's one thing. What I had to decipher in this shit, like, damn, who's your in this shit?
Yeah,
like certain you, cause I'm a genuine person. So every time I go into a situation with genuine intentions, and I'll be like, all right, let me get around this. Let's see, cause like shit, like even today, me and you just met. You don't never know where this shit might end up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and our energy been bang. It's like
exactly though. Even off the camera type shit, like, you could tell like certain shit.
Energy don't lie
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
period. Sure. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, just I think I wanted to highlight that for the people out there, like understanding that again, he didn't get anything given to him. Most of us who got on didn't get anything given to him. It just looks like that when it finally happens, right? But he made a connection back then with Southside, not even based on music, based on graphic designer. But then you start dropping.
He didn't even heard none of my music yet. You don't even know what I sound like.
That shit'll probably turn a nigga off.
Exactly. It went from me. I traded with Southside, got them beats from Southside. Lex Luger, at the time, was the biggest producer in the game.
I remember that.
Lex Luger was the Lex and Southside. You know, they down there lived in the same house together. Them was Brick Squad. Them was all family.
Yeah, sure was.
They was all signed to Mazay, to Wakamama and shit like that.
Yes.
So you get what I'm saying? So boom, it led from me going from Southside. Now Lex want graphics. Now I didn't trade with Lex. We didn't end up doing so many trades. I done got so many Lex Luger beats. You know what I did? Took that shit. I made a mixtape. Boys in the Hood, Doe Boy and Lex Luger. See? You know what I did? I hit a lick. I came up on. I paid for LiveMixtapes to put my shit on the main page. I hit another lick. I got $1,000. I paid Trappaholics $1,000 to host my mixtape.
Y'all want him to give you this.
Nigga, all I had, I invested all the money that I came up on into my music, and that shit changed my life. And that shit went from being on the front page of LiveMixtapes, looking at this shit like, who the f is this Doe Boy? Who
and
got
Lex Luger.
With Lex Luger? Exactly. He got an album with a mixtape with Lex Luger.
Yes.
The biggest producer in the world right now.
Yes.
And it's hosted by Trappaholics, the biggest trap DJ in the game right now. Who is this, bro?
Yeah, he got some motion.
Who the fuck is this?
A young nigga.
It was over with from that point on.
Yeah. But I think again, you made this is what success is for people who don't know. It's compounded right decisions. You see what I'm saying? So you deal with the beats you get from Southside, then you get some from Lex Luger. You could have done that and then put the tape out without putting Southside and Lex Luger tape. That was an ingredient by itself that helped it tremendously. But again, people are sitting back really just thinking it's happening out of nowhere. So I'm trying to document for people who are actually seeing the vision or actually seeing your process of there's a lot of mitigating factors that's taking place as you are on your journey, right? Like you get those beats, you could have easily made a decision just to put a regular tape on.
I could have just put them out, and the songs could
Boys
have been
in the Hood
by them.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have said Doe Boy and Lex Luger type shit. So, but that's something where I had so many of them. I'm like, I got enough for a mixtape. Shit, some of the songs on the mixtape ain't even produced by him. Right. Goddamn, so I just threw them on there. But majority of them produced by Lex Luger. Exactly. I made sure it was cool with Lex, and it's a go. All right, hey, I want to drop. Let's drop this mixtape. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Right. Bet, say less. Right. Type shit, and that went from there, and then I ended up with Future.
That's crazy. So after that tape,
so when I was doing shit like that, you got to think. Like I said, Lex Luger is one of the biggest. So
he rubbed like, an elbow.
Who the fuck is this industry on game?
Cause he was with Ross. He was with the entire
exactly. Like that's when he had that BMF, all that shit. I had him right around that time.
Oh my goodness,
for sure.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats projections, like you'll pick Patrick Mahomes for up to 2 passing touchdowns, or Saquon Barkley for more than 60 yards, and you watch the winnings roll in. I've been using Prize Picks, and it's just so simple. I can make my picks and submit an entry in less than 60 seconds. That's just 1 minute. And the withdrawals, it makes the experience even better. After you win, you definitely don't want to wait. And don't miss out on Taco Tuesdays. That's where selected player projections are discounted up to 25%. Go to prizepicks.com, use my code IUTP to receive a guaranteed $50 when you play just $5. Again, that's prizepicks.com, my code IUTP. If you support the show, sign up for Prize Picks, use my code, and watch the winnings roll in. This is daily fantasy sports made easy. Salute to Prize Picks for supporting the movement, and let's get back to the episode.
So I was with me and Pluto had the same manager at the time and shit though. So it ended up coming about like shit. That shit led to one thing to another. I seen Pluto. He was on UStream. He was on UStream one day. That's
UStream. Pluto used to UStream.
Hell yeah.
I know
you remember
man,
UStream?
Come on, man. I'm one of the
for the ones that don't know, that's like Twitch or something now.
Exactly
that's one of them type
what
things.
It is. Exactly.
It was the day Pluto dropped the True Story mixtape. That's the mixtape that had Magic and Tony Montana and all that shit on there.
Who was this UStream with? Don't know
that nigga. That was on UStream by himself promoting his mixtape. That nigga just dropped the True Story mixtape that day, mind you. It's a song called Freebandz Gang. It's track number 2 on the True Story mixtape. I heard that song and I'm like, I'm with that campaign. Cause my died and shit, RIP Mills and shit though. That nigga used to blast his Future. He was a Future head and my Hood Rich King. That's my dog too. I came up with him too. He used to do graphics with me.
See?
So, but it's hip to him now. It's Hood Rich King. That used to be DJ Lil King. That was my dog. He used to do the same shit.
Yeah.
So
Swiss
boom.
arm and knives.
Okay.
Niggas gonna get on.
He
like
got
that.
in the industry though. King.
Exactly.
Everybody know King now for sure. He one of them ones.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be useful in this shit. But continue with
Facts.
This UStream shit is crazy.
So look. So King and my Mills, they used to always play Future and shit. They used to always try to put me on. So boom, I finally listened to the True Story mixtape. I'm like, something about this is just special, bro. This nigga special.
And this before he had real, he was gone. Like
he wasn't even he had racks on racks, but he didn't even have Tony Montana
though.
wasn't
They
exactly.
Stole that
he wasn't. It wasn't a hit yet. It didn't blow up for him.
Right.
You feel me? YC got the credit.
Exactly.
Future didn't get the credit.
Exactly.
Tony Montana wasn't even a hit yet when I heard this shit. When the True Story mixtape came out, Tony Montana ended up blowing up afterwards. But mind you, I'm like, this shit special. I would sign with him.
Right.
Like, and it was only 2 people back then that I would have signed to. It was him or Gucci.
Right.
Like, so I'm like, but I will sign with this.
Right.
Something about this gonna be that. Like, so I just seen it in him. Like, I don't know.
And you sure
I can see the future.
Yeah.
And that got on UStream. I told that like, hey, I'm trying to fuck with that Freebandz shit though.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm like 16, bro.
Damn, bro.
I'm a kid. I'm a little nigga, bro.
That's bro. That's crazy.
He like shit. Hell yeah. He like, with your Freebandz gang. Mind you, he probably talking to me like,
in
nigga,
the comments type
that
shit.
Nigga ain't really trying to sign me yet though, for real.
Yeah.
So, but one of his homies that was really in the chat, he seen that shit and shit though. So, his name DJ SN. Named DJ SN and shit. He was cool with Future back then and shit though. So he seen me say that. So I told him, I hit him up afterwards. I'm like, you see, Pluto told me that this Freebandz shit'll go. What's up?
This is all game being
Swear to God. And then I'm telling you, I'm like, where I need to send the music. He give me Future number. I swear to God, he give me Future number. I call him.
He's a little artist now though. He ain't as big yet though. So
exactly.
Yeah.
He give me Pluto number. I call him.
It sound crazy,
we
right?
chop it up. Yeah, exactly though. They need to hear this shit.
Right, for
Look,
sure.
we chop it up and shit. I could tell he don't even remember who the f I am or nothing though. But I'm like, bro, you gotta hear this shit though. So boom, I start sending my music and shit like that. He like, oh no, you hard for real. Like, then I'm like, let me get a drop. That nigga sent me a drop. He left it on my voicemail. Matter of fact, that shit on one of them mixtapes. That shit on one of them Lex Luger mixtapes. I don't know if it's on part 1 or part 2, but I got a Future skit on one of them. From Future. From Future.
Man, that's
hell yeah.
crazy.
No bet.
Hey, you was playing game.
No,
Young,
fact.
you was out there playing
Facts.
major game.
Facts. And then
People
so look,
do not know this,
look, let
bro.
me keep going. Hold on. So boom, that ended up going on. Mind you, time go on, like a year passed. Mind you, I lose contact with him and shit. I ain't talk to him or nothing though. Mind you, like I said, we had like the same manager at the time, Propane and shit though.
Yeah.
So look, this nigga, one day I'm shooting a video with the Lil Mouse. Lil Mouse from Chicago, he had
Yeah.
to fuck around with the fuck around, get smoked. The
Yeah,
little
yeah,
kid
yeah,
that
yeah,
went
yeah,
viral.
yeah.
So I was shooting that video, mind you. I was in the hood and shit, shooting a video. I leave, I go home and shit. I go in the house. I get a call. Propane called me. He like, somebody want to talk to you. I'm like, who want to talk to me? Get on the phone, it's Future. What's up, fool? He like, you ready?
Crazy.
Hell yeah, I'm ready.
So he doubled back.
Exactly.
That's the energy though.
Uh-huh.
But that's what we talking about now. Is just real people. That's the energy. He knew I'm going back to, bro. If his name come back up, I remember, bro. Man, where he at, man?
He making noise out here. Bro, you got to think, bro. See, what a lot of people don't know, bro, I'm really, like, I'm a real legend. Like when it come down to even like that drill music and all that, like Keith and all them blew up for that shit. Bro, I was doing the same shit.
Yeah.
But like, I ain't gonna say before because I don't know when the he was, but when I got hip to him, I was already doing it.
Yeah.
Like, so like in 2010, if you go listen to my shit in 2010, 2011, I was drilling. I got my own drill sound and everything. You go look it up, check it out.
That's dope.
It's facts, it's documented.
Yes, Lord.
So I'm one of the founders, I'm one of the pioneers. Like, and my day one fans, they gonna hear me say this and they gonna vouch for it.
Lord.
They gonna stand on it.
Yeah.
So it's like shit. I was supposed to, this would fuck me up for real, because I was really supposed to blow up with them.
Yeah,
like,
because you hearing all them names, you was working with them, and you still blew.
Exactly, on my own timing though. So
Exactly.
I'm looking at this shit like damn. I see Keith was the first one to figure it out. See, back then I didn't used to shoot music videos. Keith figured it out and shot music videos, and Keith made he showcased the young lifestyle that we be living. Like, so it was so amazing. That's why he blew up, because people like, damn, these young they like, what the these young got the,
in the
hell yeah,
Yeah,
thugging
yeah.
how we really be in real life though. He was just the first to put that shit on camera. He taught us all the game for real, for real.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, I never shot no videos. I should have been
That's why-
shooting videos.
Yeah.
Like, so boom, that shit ended up happening. Mind you, so all them are blowing up. Mind you, I take a little shit, my shit lightweight, take a little standstill and shit though. I end up going to jail. I go to jail like in 2013. That's when I end up, I went down for the little robbery and the shooting shit. So I had to go to jail for 3 years. Mind you, I was supposed to pop. You gotta think, even when I had like the Boys in the Hood mixtape and shit I was telling you about with Lex Luger, I was up there.
Bigger than that shit.
Nigga, Young Thug, man, he had to like, I came from nothing part 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit
It was
like
that
that.
time. You
all
was up
that
there
shit
with that.
Them was shit. But see, I used to be looking at Thug like, who the is this? Cause his shit was on the indie side. You know, they got live mixtapes and then they got indie live mixtapes.
Yes.
That was on the indie side doing main side numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at him like, who the is this? He on ass.
He on fire.
This doing crazy numbers.
Yeah.
So you gotta think like him. It's like K Camp, like Rich the Kid. I'm blowing up with all these though. Like we all coming up at the same time. I just end up going to jail.
Damn.
I end up going to jail.
Damn.
You want to know what's another crazy story too? I swear to God. While we own this, because you just made me think about something.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rich the Kid, mind you, Rich used to be with me heavy back in the day and shit though. And my DJ was DJ Darrell.
I remember that name.
DJ Darrell, you crazy. He ended up, you know, he with the Migos. He was like the fourth Migo.
Right. I remember
so,
that
but
nigga.
Darrell was with me. Darrell, my label, RBMG, Darrell was my co-CEO. Don't know this. DJ Darrell started this with me. Me and Darrell got the same dead friends, all kind of shit.
What?
Like
I didn't know
I'm
that.
telling you, like we was like
Locked in.
for real. And then it's like I went to jail, and I ain't gonna lie, Rich the Kid came in and swooped him up under me. Like I went to jail, Rich stole him from me. Then Darrell ended up amigo. And then it's like I came home. And shit, he was just amigo. And but me and Darrell cool though. Me and Darrell cool. I was just talking to Darrell and shit though. Like we about to get back in. We about to like I was telling him like, man, bro,
let's fix that.
That shit'd be hard. Cause if we would have did it the right way the first time, type shit. Like that would have been hard. But it's like shit.
He would have been eating out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because you'll still be you'll be right here with me. Like you was my co-CEO. So it's just like shit. Even if you don't fuck with me, like you don't gotta be my DJ or nothing like that, but I do want to at least like do some music with you.
Right.
Let me get some beats or some shit like that. Like we don't gotta do it all the way like that.
Right.
But that shit just crazy.
Was you upset at any time about
Hell
that
yeah.
shit? Yeah.
Hell yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was salty as fuck because it's like damn, I understand like life goes on and shit like that. He don't do what he gotta do. So I ain't knocking you for that. It's just like you ain't gotta say me in the process. Like you could have been Migo Freebandz. You could have been Migo and Rubber Band Money Gang. You could have been a Rubber Band Migo.
Right.
Like when I signed the Future, I ain't say Nose F. I ain't say fuck RBMG. You feel me? I stayed what I was. I just added Freebandz to it, type shit. So that's how you supposed to do that.
That's how a real nigga do
you don't supposed to get on. But I mean, like I say, I be seeing shit from people's perspective, so I don't really be mad at the people, not even if I don't agree with it.
But we gotta do that so we don't find ourselves somewhat
Salty.
Emotionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And see, and here's the thing too, is like it's important that when we gotta talk about some of these things, it's important that we don't come off as wounded. Because we're doing fine.
For sure.
It's like successful,
yeah.
doing good, but it's important that the information is placed in a scenario where people can pull and learn from it.
Yeah,
and
people
understand.
exactly. That's why I'm willing to talk about it right now.
Right,
I ain't saying nothing about that shit in 10, 15 years.
Right.
The world don't know this.
Right.
Like a lot of people finna be shocked when they hear this shit type shit.
Yeah.
But it's just something that y'all need to know because it's gonna be like, damn, he really got a real story.
He has
like my story is real.
And
like I've been through a lot.
Game, bro, the entire
For sure.
time.
I've been through a lot.
And I'm saying, oh, he and this shit you missing throughout the journey. I'm sure of that. You just look at it as normal.
It's so much shit, man. It's so much shit, gang. Like my whole process, even to this day, is not normal.
Right.
Like even when I was just in LA, when I was just shooting videos. Mind you, I'm so locked in. My video, goddamn, nigga, we coming $100,000 budget videos, type shit.
Doug
like
just was talking about. Got to turn that back
It's
up.
so crazy. That was even more confirmation though,
Right.
because I'm already out there shooting that. Then that interview come on, I'm like, that's crazy. I just 12 hours a day with the top videographer Ben Mark and shit like that.
Shout
though.
out to bro,
so
he hard.
Yeah, Ben Mark a dog.
Yeah.
So I'm goddamn. Even just like the people at my label, they'll tell you like, bro, you really like so self-efficient. Like, I'll show you something real quick. Hold on, look at this, gang. Hold on. Look, you know when you getting everything booked, like traveling, doing all this shit. So instead of just like, give them the names, I do shit like this.
Oh yeah, you showing them.
I do this, and then I give it to them like this.
Yeah, and then they able to don't they
reimburse? They're like, oh my God, you make my life so easy.
You make my life search so and run around.
I make everything easy. I get my own graphics. Everything I do it by myself.
That's what people have to understand, because there's so many people doing music across the country and just being entrepreneurs wanting to get in entertainment content, streaming, whatever it is. If you come from a market or a town where it ain't just like LA, Atlanta, New York, you have to be a Swiss Army knife.
Hell yeah.
And you gotta apply game and be thinking like, hey man, instead of me just dropping this music, I'm gonna put the Lex Luger thing on there. You know what I'm saying? Then when I hit the Future, I'm gonna just, man, you see Future said, gonna let you know, you know what I'm saying? It's just a playing game the entire time. And that shit end up doing what it posted. Man, that shit is a dope ass. Yo, bro, I celebrate that, bro. I ain't gonna
Appreciate
cap,
that.
bro. I celebrate the fuck out of that, bro. And that man, that's crazy. So now you meet, so when, okay, on the phone, Future call you, he say that. He say, where you at? Are you ready? Where are you at that moment? And what's your financial status? What's your life like at that time? I was
broke. I was still thugging. I was mind you, like I said, I end up going to jail for robbery a couple months after type shit. Like,
so after that call, you went to jail?
Yeah, like a couple months after. Because you gotta think, my life still was the same.
Right.
Like ain't nothing changed. And I really technically didn't even sign to Freebandz on paper until after I caught my case and got out of jail. So I caught my case, I got bonded out, and then I signed my contract. I signed my contract because I'm like, I need something to show. I didn't even care about no paperwork.
Right.
I'm like, I want to show
the
judge something, like I'm a real signed artist. So I'm
Yeah.
like, can you get my paperwork together?
Right.
So that's why I end up even signing my paperwork and shit though, because we was just gonna thug that shit out. Like,
right.
Feel me?
Real. But now let me ask you this. You know, the paperwork make everything right, so that's a good thing. But let me ask you this. Did when you got out, Was this the time when he did that? He said your name in one of them.
Yeah, my
classic
Savages.
records.
My Savages.
Yeah.
That was so mind you, all right, I caught the case. I was in jail for like 3 days. I bond out. I signed my paper. Mind you, I'm still fighting the case. So I actually go to jail like 4 months later to actually go to jail and sit down for my 3 years. Well, I got sentenced to 4, but
3
I got out.
80%, whatever they gave you. Yeah.
So my Savages came out and like, mind you, all that was going on in 2013. So I went to jail 2013. My Savages came out like 2014.
Okay.
So that was one day he literally made that song after we got off the phone. Like we was on the phone and shit, and I rapped for him. He was in the studio and he was like, "Let me hear some shit."
Yeah.
It's actually still on SoundCloud right now.
When you rapped in
jail. When I rap for Future on the phone. It's on SoundCloud on the Freebandz. Like Future had just put it out and shit though, like a Doe Boy freestyle. So he made me rap, and then after I rapped, he like, man, that shit so hard, bro. And then he ended up recording my Savages. So that's why he say I be on the phone with Doe Boy. I be telling him he inspired me to go harder.
That's crazy to inspire that kind of nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga goated. You know what I mean? That's some crazy shit. And you did them 3 years in Cleveland?
I was down the road.
Okay, they moved you. Of course, yeah. They penitentiary usually they got to move
down the road. So I was in Marion. I was in Marion, Ohio.
In Ohio though.
Yeah. It was in Ohio though.
Right. So when you get out, you're signed while you're in there, and then you do this song that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder. So when you get out, the paperwork is done, and you back rolling. That's it right there.
I'm finna put you on this song, bro.
They can hear it too. It sounds good. I can hear it clear.
Shit, I'm ready.
You already know what time it is, man. Young Doe checking in, man. Reporting live, man. Straight from down the road, man. Freebandz part shit, man. You already know how I'm doing it, man. Ain't shit changed, man. I'll be home soon, man. Big homie Future gonna keep turning up on you fuck niggas. When I come home, y'all niggas already know what time it is, man. Talking, man. This shit self-explanatory, man. Freebandz gang, nigga. We run shit. You niggas know better. You gon' follow line, I'ma make you. Straight like that. Freebandz.
Popular.
Yes, Lord.
Shit,
show.
Shackled me in cuffs. I ain't scared of prison. When you live how I was living, I ain't even tripping. I come home still winning.
Oh God.
Now they gang changing. Before I left, they was rubber band money gang claiming. Niggas switch sides. They ain't with this side. Don't get pregnant, all that big ride. It's called Future. He said it's just us, Freebandz gang up. I'm coming home. When the band got touched last, I'll be home in a few months.
Oh God.
Chino 16 and he went down on 2 homies. Playing crazy like my squad don't catch bodies. Flag on his head on first 48 smiling. I'ma get him that appeal. Don't even worry about it. It sounded stupid. Go ahead, look up my case. I was robbing and shooting.
Oh God.
Feeling like a boss. I got everything I need. Smoking good, eating good. I'm living like a king. I ain't worried about a thing. I'm just sitting back. I'm in a joint, flat screen on my rack. Could have got probation if I chose to be a rat. But don't turn and rap. Imagine that.
Oh God.
On my savage shit. I ain't acting. I was shooting pistols way before I had a hit. I'm from Nose Ave. Just rapping shit. You rapper, you know that's in a joint whacking shit.
Oh God.
Then you Freebandz gang. If you seen the look I seen, you'd have did the same thing. Fame ain't a damn thing changed. I can have $1 billion, still take your damn chain, bitch.
That's hard as fuck.
Yes, Lord. Yeah, that's hard. You know what though? What's crazy is I can feel the energy through the phone.
Mm-hmm. He recorded my Savages right after that.
You can feel this little nigga really feel like this. He popping his shit from in there though. He in there with the wolves too now. This what make it feel different. This probably why he even felt it, cause my young in there with the wolves
holding it down.
And this how he feeling when he called.
And all jokes aside, like not even trying to put no cap, cause I don't even like glorifying this type of shit. But no, if anybody that really know me, bro, I stand on business. Like I'm not in there like a rapper.
Right.
I'm in that hands and feet.
Yes, Lord.
Blood on my Timbs type shit. On my son, on my mama. Like I'm really coming like that.
Yeah, let's get
like,
it.
And I don't even like to brag and glorify that type shit, but be talking too much and they be trying to make like we was talking about earlier, you know, be hating the noise. It be the noise be just coming on the internet. A pair of lips can say anything.
Exactly.
Pair of lips can say anything.
But you know, like I said, when you really from the city, you can verify
exactly
like where it happened and when it happened and what they took.
If somebody did this to me, prove that
verified.
Shit. Facts. Man, the way the internet is nowadays, y'all had that shit on camera, man.
Come on, man.
Who the did me? Who played me like a hoe? Whoever
lied.
did some shit like this to me. When was it cool to say I'm a hoe?
Right.
Like when did I ever become a hoe ass? When did I do some ass shit? Who could say I ain't never? You can't say this. You can't say this. I didn't grow up pointing my guns at cameras only.
Right.
Y'all just point your guns at cameras and shit like that. I used to really aim them at people.
Right.
Like not even glorifying that shit.
Right.
Like and I hate that I even gotta say that, and I'm not proud of it at all.
Right.
And that's why I'm glad I'm at where I'm at now, because I done been through it and I see that shit ain't about nothing.
Right. And we break it. We breaking it. But here's the thing, right? As far as the first part, we're still in our first stages of breaking the generational curse of the ghetto, bro. So we still are attached to reputation meaning everything, right? Even the money, got the house, the crib, the woman, the everything, but don't play with my name.
Yeah, facts. I work too hard for my name.
Right, and so, but if we continue to grow and hopefully we don't pass down the ability to be rage baited like this, because they can get me. I'm telling you that. They can listen, bro. They can get Loon. Right? As many books as I read, as much as I try to be stoic, they can trick me, bro. If they can just get in my head, I can be tricked. This is why I stay away from shit and stay away from people, because I may not have as much control as I tend to believe I have. Right? It's like I understand that. That's the first part of it. But man, it's so fucked up that we have to deal with these individuals who try to cast this wide net, but it's clout attached to getting on. It's clout attached to tearing a down. It's clout to try to make a nigga look like he ain't who he say he is, but it ain't no proof on it.
Yes, and this be another thing too. Like, I don't even know why niggas try to take that route, cause don't think about the bigger picture. So it'd be like, say if you do want to be like an upcoming artist and you want to go against a nigga like Doe Boy, right? And you like, shit, all right, I'm finna do, because I know it's gonna give me the most story views I had. So in love with the attention, I'm gonna get the most likes, the most. So, notice they want a reaction.
Yeah,
that shit only finna last for that moment, for when you talking about me, and then you have a whole rest of your career to go. So what you finna do for the rest of your career? Because you done win against me. So how you think you finna come in the industry? In my playground?
What?
It's my playground.
15 in.
It's my playground. Everybody that you look up to is my real friend.
Exactly. How you gonna do this?
How's you finna do this?
You can't.
What you finna do? I dare you to think you finna goddamn.
You can't, bro.
Where you going?
And I ain't got to even make no call.
I ain't gotta. They just gonna do it because they love me.
It's the love, bro.
I don't gotta say one word. I will never bring you up or gotta say nothing.
Ain't never
just soon as they peep that you don't f with me,
what?
Soon as you better off. If you don't like me, you better off not telling nobody.
You can't say nothing, because the first thing they do when they say, "Where you from, bro?" I'm from Ohio.
You with Doe Boy?
It's this very
as soon as you
next
say
question.
no,
it's the very.
Oh yeah, you're done.
And even if you say yeah, I'm still gonna check behind you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You ain't gonna just get the yeah off. I'm gonna listen to you in the moment, but I'm gonna still check behind you though.
For sure.
Hey, what's up with the woo, man?
And you might get a couple niggas that might not care,
right?
That I don't f with, but that do matter,
right? And then
to my guys,
right? And then the you do get, they just be scrambling for views and shit. They ain't really established, because established people stay out of that messy kind of shit. Y'all ain't coming in with that, and I'm gonna just lift you up. That ain't gonna happen. It's too much money at stake, and then it's ruining relationships, like you say. Matter of fact, let's talk about this. So, because I know you have a relationship with LeBron. LeBron and Kevin Gates.
Yeah.
The Kevin Gates situation, to me, right? A lot of people are asking me, because the fans is tagging me and they know I'm gonna break it down with some game and apply some game to it, I say it like this. Kevin Gates was wrong. He shouldn't have
said that.
He shouldn't have said that because you don't know how to say that, right? You can only describe what you know.
You can't really go off of you saying she not smiling and shit right here on the camera at the you don't know because it like I just seen something just yesterday with the they was talking about Andrew Berry. That's the guy from the Browns who drafted Shedeur and shit.
Okay.
So they was showing his reaction. They were showing his reaction when he drafted Shedeur, and he looked dry. And they're like, something is up. You know, the internet, they get to speculating. Something is up. He don't look happy.
Right.
Why? Because he not. Right. That don't mean nothing. Maybe you don't know why he not acting like that.
Yeah.
So
do you have anything to go off of, right? Because my thing is, there's a difference between describing and framing. You can't describe LeBron's wife because you don't know her. So you're framing something, and when you frame it, you cannot frame someone else's wife without the proper information, bro. Right? And it's not no easy way to say it. We all like Gates. He talk real shit. That's the guy. But he was clout chasing in the moment. And then to show up to the game the next day, I say, listen, if let me say this to all rappers. If you chasing death, call my phone. I got some projects I can take you to in my city. If you really want to dial, you really want to act, you know what I mean? If you want some pressure, any one of y'all, like, and no disrespect to nobody, you can take it however they want to take it. But I'm saying, if you chasing death, you don't get it at the NBA game. That's me saying that. I'm saying, brother, we brothers. We don't got no business doing all that to one another. I feel as though it was an overreach.
You know what's the craziest part about it? Cause it's crazy that we even talking about it. Cause Gates is somebody that I talk to and that he give me game.
Right.
Like he's somebody that. So when I seen him do that, I'm like, why you do that, Gates? Like, and that's something me and him we gonna talk about that too. That's something me and him gonna have a conversation about.
And when I get him on here, we'll talk about it. But here's the thing.
But that's why I always say you gotta know people. He didn't mean no harm.
Right.
He was really trying to glorify LeBron, but it's like it come off wrong because you don't speak on his wife.
Exactly. It's just a mistake. It's a
misstep. But it was detrimental for real.
Right.
Like, so it's like but he don't get no Gates don't care. That's why he went to he don't care.
But here's what I think, right? Like you say, I don't think he meant harm.
He did.
As it was took, but here's the thing. I think
you
what he's doing is you don't do
that.
But when I look at it, I say I believe he's doing it to try to train this new woman. I think he's trying to tell her how to act, but he's using y'all as collateral damage.
Yeah, right.
Y'all just fell victim to the conversation me and Shawty was.
He trying to teach his new wife how to
treat him,
celebrate me. That's all he been talking about these last few days too. That's all he been talking about.
You see how I peeped that?
Yeah, that's crazy. You said that.
I study human behavior, so I'm saying, hold on, this is LeBron end up being collateral damage. So, cause rewind, what's happening? He's in the bed with Shorty when he do it, and he said, "Man, we right here talking about That's the second clue. Okay, so they was just talking about it. So maybe she's saying some opposite of what he believes. So he finna go and do it this way instead of us getting into back and forth about it. I'm gonna do it this way and hope you catch the drift just off me doing it like this, and ended up offending the homie.
You end up burning the whole bridge.
Yeah, man. And so the reason I brought that up is back to what we was talking about with you and people trying to diss their way into the industry. You don't know what business you messed up with that.
Yeah.
That's LeBron James. Yeah. You don't know if Apple was on the way. You don't know who all LeBron James has relationships with that just said.
You know how many people that's not willing to burn a bridge with LeBron?
That's what I'm saying. So that risk and reward wasn't.
It's not worth it.
Exactly. And I think that's the lesson in it for
Even
me.
though it did go viral and it did real good.
That don't mean shit.
But even just me knowing him, he don't give a
Exactly. So that didn't count for nothing. Yeah. So it's like at some point, do you think LeBron can be back cool with him ever? Can they get over that?
It wasn't that bad.
Right.
To the point to where it was like, oh no, we beefing for life.
Right.
Like maybe if Gates apologized in the right way and but shit, at the end of the day, Brian might not get back cool with him because he might feel like you disrespecting my wife.
It's humiliation
So
on that.
it just depends on how.
And then time may heal it. It may make time get between it, maybe. But like you say, the wife thing that's a different level.
You just don't even speak on that.
Because then with the Stephen A thing, like it's like y'all with
same
the
way
family.
you talk about his kids.
Exactly.
Same way.
And he burning bridges about them people, man. He ain't playing
But
about
Stephen
them
A was actually being disrespectful.
Right.
Gates
Way
wasn't
different.
trying to be disrespectful. Stephen A was being disrespectful, questioning his fatherhood, basically saying you a bad father and this, that, and the third.
That's a
so.
fact. Now, how did you get cool with bro? With LeBron? How did you get the relationship with him anyway?
8081. My guys, DJ Mill and Steph Floss and all them. Like remember, like I was telling you, even at the radio station, there's certain that do you fuck
That
with me.
love you.
DJ Steph Floss used to work at the radio. That was one of the guys that actually did love me. Actually would play my music and actually, like you feel me, he with me. Like he didn't care when he was DJing that event and I come in the event with 100. He let us. He know what type of time we on. He know what's going on. He embraced it. He didn't steer away from me. You feel me? And that's why I always, even when Floss got trouble or if anything ever come wrong his way, he know I'm on his side type shit. I'm always gonna stand with him just because he showed me some type of loyalty and shit like that. But yeah, 8081, like I love their whole little family though.
Right.
But DJ Mill is the one who got me really cool with Brian because one day I'm in the studio with Future and Mill sent me a video. It's a video of LeBron dancing to my song.
You're right.
I'm like,
that.
oh shit, this
He done
finna
done it
change my
several
life.
times now though.
Yeah, this finna change my life. Now I woke up and I posted that shit the next morning, and it went from there for real. And then me and Brian, we playing the game and shit like that.
I love it. I play the game. What game you be playing?
Man,
Xbox plays. I got both
Xbox.
of them, but I with Xbox.
Yeah, hell
you
yeah.
be on that junk.
Hell
I be
yeah.
on that junk.
Man,
I gotta get
my-
you. We gotta get out. We gotta get out.
yeah, for sure. I got my man going on right now. I just playing I got my franchise right now. I got you can import the NCAA rookies and shit.
Yeah.
I done drafted Shedeur. I drafted
Facts.
Quinshawn
Facts.
Judkins, all them
Yeah,
niggas.
yeah.
I did that shit before they even just did it in real life. That's how psychic I
What?
am. Swear to God. I just put this shit on my story yesterday. I just
So
showed
You put Madden. You put Shedeur on the Browns before they drafted.
Look, NCAA, I imported the rookies. So I did a whole year. I did my year of the franchise so I could get to the draft. I went to the draft. I drafted Shedeur. I drafted the Quinshawn Judkins. And I drafted the Harold Fannin Jr. That's the other little tight end they just drafted. And I drafted Travis Hunter too. So that's one of the ones I got wrong.
Right.
I got that wrong. But it could have been.
Right.
That's what they were supposed to do.
That's what people were saying though.
They should have got Travis Hunter. But I'm not mad at they draft no more because y'all left with Shedeur because that's all I really wanted for real.
Now let's talk about that because of course this has been a big story. I would like speaking of Xbox, I was in my Discord and Xbox party. We was going crazy because Shedeur was falling in the draft. That's what I do. Like if I ain't working or something, I ain't in the street no more. I make money doing this shit. If I ain't doing nothing, I'm talking to my people on the Discord, on the Xbox. Like I with them people.
Right.
So I'll be on that talk. So anyway, Shedeur is falling. And so because I'm in the media, everybody in there, they still making that. Well, he might go here, he might go there, but I'm telling them how big the story is. This before it doesn't even start going viral and shit. I'm saying something is happening, bro. Like this should not be falling like this.
He should never be that. Like even if he don't, I thought he was gonna fall out of the top 10. Ooh, that's the worst I thought it was gonna be.
Too.
I'm thinking like, all right, he not gonna go top 3. All right, whatever. He gonna fall top 10. Then I seen Pittsburgh pass him up at 21. That's what was the icing on the cake. I'm like, oh, y'all on some bullshit. Then I seen the Giants trade back in and get the 25th pick, and the Giants didn't take him. They took Jackson Dart over Shedeur. Y'all could have had Shedeur, Sanders, and Abdul Carter. Y'all would have went crazy.
What?
So, and this what I was mad at the Browns about too. Like, but now that I look at it, they got the defensive tackle Mason Graham. He actually caused havoc though. So, all right, they gonna have a good defensive line. But we could have had Ashton Genty, or we could have had Travis Hunter and Shedeur.
Oh my God.
We could have had Shedeur, Travis Hunter, and Quinshawn Judkins, and Harold Fannin and all the man. But it still ended up being a good draft at the end of the day. But that's only because we got lucky and Shedeur fell to the 5th round.
Right. So
that
without
wasn't supposed to happen.
Without that pick, how would you rate the draft?
I wouldn't have liked it that much. I like the Junkins and I like Harold Fanning them.
Okay.
But the other picks is good picks though. They just not what I would have preferred. I would have preferred them over Travis Hunter.
You trust at the end of the day, you trusting that they whatever vision they running, but you still saying as a fan or as from my point of view,
you could have had Travis Hunter.
Oh my goodness,
that's
it's like a
no-brainer.
He's like a fuck what you need. He's available.
But they did give up a lot though. So they gave up their 5th pick. So basically to go from the pick number 2 to pick number 5, that's a 3-pick difference. That's not that bad. And they gave up a 33rd pick or 36 or whatever the fuck. They gave up a 2nd round pick, some other shit, and they got a 1st round next year too. So they gave up a lot though. So that's why I could be like, okay, I understand that.
Right.
But just even watching this whole situation is it just show you like ain't nobody bigger than the program for real. But it ain't even, that's what they trying to show a motherfucker.
Right.
But it's not even that he don't even move like that.
That's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm not as tuned in with him, but I'm like, all right, I'm listening to some of the pundits in sports and shit. Some people say it's Deion. Some people say he didn't. Charlamagne told me yesterday, because we were talking about, he said, Loon, Shedeur didn't do the workouts. I think he tried to dictate a bunch of like the off-field activities that in the combine.
All he didn't do was he didn't do the combine. He didn't do the workouts and shit like that. He only did at his pro day. You know why he did that? What he did was smart, actually.
So it don't work.
It wasn't even him trying to be arrogant or being an asshole. Y'all ain't get mad at Cam Ward for not doing it. Y'all don't get mad at nobody else for not doing it. Why the fuck y'all blaming him so much? Because
so is that a normal thing for them not to do it?
When you that good, because you so good for real, anything can hurt you. Because it's not like you really trying to prove nothing because it's already been proven.
Right.
Y'all been talking about this supposed to be the best quarterback coming out. We already understand how great this is. Right. Y'all just trying to start calling him mid out of nowhere like this and turn around 2 franchises, then break all the, he's not the most the most accurate passer in college football history. We're not gonna act like this and throw for 37. Yes, the best accuracy. He number 2, the most accurate passer ever. Whoa. This last year, this had a 74% completion rate. Nigga, he threw for 4,100 yards and he threw for 37 touchdowns. Cam Ward threw for 39 touchdowns. That's 2 more touchdowns than Shedeur. And he threw for 4,300 yards. That's 200 more yards. 4,100 and 43. Right, What's the big fucking difference? So why the fuck is he the first overall and he the 144th pick? Why he number 1? Why he 144th?
In between
so it's no way he not that. Right. Even if you think Cam Ward better, he not that much worse.
It ain't that much.
It's politics. It's because y'all don't like that. He don't need football to be rich. He don't need this. He gonna be good regardless. Y'all don't like his confidence.
You can't control him with PT playing time and shit like that.
That's what they don't like. You mad that he coming in? He icy. He goddamn. He richer than the coaches. He pulling up Maybach. He like they don't like this shit. Gang, you think they like this shit?
Right.
Hell no.
Right.
Mind you, this whole draft was based around that. Still,
he sure did.
All
headlines, right.
Thing about me
without being drafted.
The 144th pick, 5th round, the draft about me. They ain't even talking about no Cam Ward.
They ain't talked about nothing. Now Travis Hunter ain't even.
They ain't even talking about Travis like that, bro. It's all about Shedeur.
That's
Shedeur run the internet right now.
Yeah, it's overly about
That's what they don't like. He controlling this shit, and that's why you had to pick him for real. Because that would have been dead wrong.
So much, yeah.
The fans wasn't gonna feel that like. It was the NFL was gonna have a problem, man. They would have went on strike or some shit, man. You can't do shit like that.
It's like y'all stole him. How low y'all got him?
Stolen.
And he finna come with fanfare, cover.
He finna change the franchise, gang. He finna change the whole city. He finna turn the city up. I was just talking to Lil Deion Sanders Jr. just yesterday. Like, that's my dog. Like him, DeAndre.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like for real.
Fuck
like
with him. Yeah.
Like, they pull up to my house. Like DeAndre used to bring me food. Like realize my friends. Like they're my homies.
Type shit.
So it's like I'm proud of them. And so as me watching this shit happen, I'm feeling for them.
Right.
I'm like, damn man, this shit fucked up. I know they sick because I'm sick. I'm sorry for him though.
But you know what's so important? When I spoke to Rich Homie Quan, Dad, I said the only reason why that young man hasn't been rage baited. You hear me talk about how I can be rage baited, you can be tricked and get emotional. Y'all nigga quit playing with my name. Because that man father is such a good man.
He understands.
He's sitting on 10. Stow it.
Don't let it break you.
Fuck
that's what they
you
trying to
niggas
do.
talking about.
That's
God
that's what they trying to make
man,
you
I'm
do.
talking about,
Nigga, that's finna make your story that much better.
man, that warmed my heart to see that little nigga. I said, man, he can't be.
He not tripping.
But guess what they told me? That's a black father in his life right there doing that.
He's strong.
If it wasn't a black father,
he would have folded. He would have been crying.
He'd have been breaking shit, mad. He'd have been because the black man.
And he was on Twitch. He was showing himself the whole time.
Man, because the black man was in his life, man. He was able to sit there, knowing they playing with everything I just worked for, knowing they trying to pull some kind of bullshit move.
This strictly about my daddy. Like y'all hating on my daddy. Like y'all don't want him to get. Y'all feel like he gonna be too powerful. Like y'all don't want a nigga like Deion Sanders all the way in the door. But they think he gonna act the way that he not even gonna act. They think he gonna try to baby Shedeur. He gonna let y'all rock out.
But you know
he gonna might give y'all some game, but he not gonna try to control nothing.
And instead of again change the perspective. Instead of looking at him like a bird, and you look at him useful.
He's a asset.
Exactly.
He finna help y'all.
So I won't even dignify the fact that he gonna be a problem.
Man, y'all should have picked him first because of him being Deion instead of going the other way around. Y'all should have picked him because of that. If anything,
that's what I'm saying.
Don't hate on him because of it.
Exactly. Instead of us looking at
same
that
thing
as
they doing to Bronny, bro.
It so is. Same exact thing. So you take these guys because it comes with a inside coach. You dig? It come with more than just a player. It come with a guy that's been doing it.
Shedeur is signed. He was the first signed to Tom Brady. Tom Brady trained him.
What?
So even when the Raiders kept passing on him, you know Tom Brady, that's his team. So when I'm seeing them pass on, I'm like, bro, the NFL, they came together and said something.
It had to be something.
They came together and said, we're not picking him.
Yeah.
Until dates, whatever.
Yeah.
We're not picking him though.
I'm sitting there, man, like we sitting there shocked saying, all right, there's not this much, like you said, it's not this much distance between Cam and this guy.